In this demo, I'll be acting as Sam, an employee looking to buy some lab equipment for a research project that he is running. Sam has different options available to him when he first goes into Coupa. He sees in the Shop Online area supplier-specific websites, or what Coupa calls punch-outs, that his company has decided to work with and make available to him. He can also see guides or category cards on his homepage set up by his company to give users information on the most popular purchasing areas, like IT, office supplies, or professional services for consultants. What really differentiates Coupa for users is an experience that parallels a consumer e-commerce experience. By going to the What Do You Need bar, all Sam needs to do is type in what he wants and run a search. For this example, Sam needs some chemical beakers for a research project. He can type in beaker and hit enter, and he's presented with the items that have been centrally negotiated on his behalf for his company. Sam looks through his options and sees the 10 milliliter beaker that he needs. Procurement is now as easy as online shopping. Sam simply adds 5 cases to his online shopping cart. Then he can add 5 cases of the 50 milliliter beakers to his cart as well. Following adding these items to his cart, Sam sees a pop-up asking for him to review the cart. The cart item is always available in the upper right-hand side of the purchase screen. At this point, Sam is taken to the main request or requisition screen, and he'll be prompted for any additional information that the company is making required. Based on prior experience, Sam wants to add some text instructions to the supplier because he's had some glass beakers break in the past. Sam scrolls down and confirms the 2 items he's selected are in his spend request, 5 cases of the 10 milliliter and 5 cases of the 50 milliliter beakers. Sam's company wants to empower their employees to do the right thing when it comes to budgets, so Sam is able to see for that quarter that this purchase is in budget. If the spend request were to put the company over budget, he could act accordingly. The magic of Coupa is that Sam doesn't have to choose from a list of accounting codes. These categories have been defaulted for him, which makes life easier for accounting and spend summaries to be more accurate. Here, codes are defaulted by Sam's profile account for company, region, and department. The account code is defaulted by category. You can also configure Coupa so that users are able to change the default billing account if they know it should be billed differently. Further below, we can see that the approval chain has been automatically created. In this requisition, based on the logic determined by the company, Sam's manager, Mary, will be responsible for approving this requisition. Hovering over Mary's user profile lets you know why she's in the chain. In this case, it's because she's part of the management hierarchy. This feature is helpful for approvers on the chain. If someone named Bill is on the chain and you don't know who Bill is, you'd be able to hover over his name and see, oh, he's in IT. Another example of Coupa designing with an end user experience in mind. If the amount of total spend was over Mary's approval limit, the change would automatically update. If Sam decided to change his order to 10 cases, the total spend is now over $1,000, which is the trigger point to add the next level approver, Sally. All the logic in the approval chains can be simply configured by the company. Users can even self-add additional approvers. Sam can add Victor after himself or after the current approver so that Mary sees Victor's approval before she approves. Sam could also have added an additional approver at the end or as a watcher, which is just a nice way to keep someone informed without slowing down the approval process. Hit Submit for approval to submit the requisition. Once approved, a purchase order is created and sent to the supplier to fulfill. As the submitter, Sam will receive a notification when this request is approved. This concludes the Coupa requisition demo. Thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from you soon.